What's up, guys? This is Eddie from Ghettoblaster magazine here in Phoenix at Club Red. I'm here with P.O.S, Cecil Otter, Sims from Doomtree. They're on tour right now, and how's the tour going, man?
Very, very good. It's been cool. You know, we've been off for like 3 years from touring. We got a record as a crew, like a whole crew in 3 years. Lots of solo material's been out there, but this is the first crew record in a long time. And the responses are kind of like, you know, we never stopped touring. It's been really cool.
Yeah,
a lot of
awesome.
new fans out, a lot of old fans out, and a lot of people who have been listening for years but never had a chance to see us are coming out. So a lot of the shows are doing really well. Really fun.
All right. How long have you guys been on tour?
We left basically on February 2nd, and we had a week at home, so pretty much since then.
So this new record, how does it compare to the last and even your earlier stuff?
I don't know that it does. I mean, if you're a hardcore fan, you've been listening since the first thing we've ever put out. You've watched us kind of develop and get better at not only saying what we're trying to say, but better at, you know, the skill of rapping. You know, so it's just and the skills involved with making beats and musicianship. And I think that we've just kind of built from there. You know?
We've gotten a lot better at writing songs together.
Yeah.
And making all the beats together, the whole process. Everyone can be a part of it now. Whereas before it was kind of
Whoever got there.
Yeah,
First was
it's like I like that. We're
first.
gonna rock that.
Yeah, kind of like learning how to be a band, learning how to make cohesive songs together, learning where you should trust your voice and where you should trust someone else's voice, where you should stand up and be firm about an opinion of yours, or just be a little more passive and let someone else take the reins on something.
Okay.
Something to learn.
Yeah, it's just, we've been a crew together for well over 10 years. So, you know, every time we step out to make something together, we're kind of a little bit better at working together than we have before. It's been 3 years, so comparing it to the last record, which was No Kings, is pretty difficult because the processes were so different. The final results are so different. It's definitely like a step forward as far as complexity of songs and song structure, and you know, I think as dense as the record is, because the record is, all of the music that we make is very, you gotta listen to it. You can't just turn it on in the background for the most part. All of it is music you gotta kind of interact with and choose to be listening to. I don't know, man. I think it's good. I think it's really good creative stuff up.
Anything you guys want to add about that record?
Yeah, I guess Steph was saying we had 3 years to think about what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Things we didn't get to do on No Kings. It just gave us a lot more ideas. Now this time we got to think we're way more prepared to be a unit and do it.
Yeah, I think we had a little more license and a little more confidence in taking some risks and taking some chances and incorporating some things that we learned in our own solo material, our own styles, and bringing in, like, maybe taking the risk of bringing in something like an element that you wouldn't normally bring into a crew setting. Maybe bringing that in, some more singing, some more.
There's a lot more singing from everybody.
And like the last song, Marathon, is like a 7.5-minute song that like it's different. I don't think that exists on many records, rap records especially. A 7-minute rap song that doesn't get boring. That's 5 rappers on it just doing all types of weird nonsense that turns out to be like one of the fan favorites.
How do you guys? What do you guys contribute to having such a lengthy career as a crew?
What do we attribute to that? How's it worked?
I mean, I feel like talking to other people who have rap crews, one of the things that has helped a lot, both ways, we all have solo careers, so that helps us.
We started that way.
And that's the thing, is we all started that way. We also started without having solo careers. We all started by, this crew is here to help your solo career, facilitate your solo career, and then we'll make songs together and do Doomtree stuff together. So I think that none of us had a solo career to begin with when we started this thing. So there wasn't like, no amount of Doomtree is holding you back. Doomtree was always there to support you and push you forward as much as we could. And so that was the idea of it, and that's still the idea of it. And so that's like one of the things I attribute to our success is like just kind of the dumb luck of having great friends who all happen to be really talented people. And then like there's like growing pains that have evolved with that. But as we've evolved as people, we've really grown up together. We spent our whole 20s together and really grew up together, you know what I mean? So
we've always kind of kept the that friendship and the fact that we have been growing up together in this as kind of the forefront, and we haven't let money come in and like ruin it. Not like there's tons of money to ruin anything, but you know, oftentimes you'll see with cruises they can't handle the business aspect as well as the personal aspect.
And there's money in it because like somebody gets an offer that someone else didn't get, and it's for or someone they got two people are playing the same show, but their offers are different, and like it's learning how to like separate your ego from the reality of your situation, and sort of like being comfortable with that and learning how to deal with that. So,
Right. I guess as an example, you can take Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, like it's been publicized about, you know, the split in their shows and, you know, their album sales, how much one person gets. One person feels he should get more because
they're more famous because
he's Method Man or this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Doomtree stuff, that's never really come into it. From jump, it was all this much goes back to the label, this goes split evenly through performing. You know?
Okay.
It's all
So the DJ gets as much as the most famous rapper on stage. Everyone is the same. You know, it's
Because you guys have the Doomtree label and the Doomtree group.
yeah.
How do you separate the two?
I mean, that's just it. Is we keep business, and we try to keep our friendships in check and handled. I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of we're more of like an arts collective than we are a business. The business exists sort of just to get all of our stuff out there. We don't put out records with anybody else. We just do, you know, the 5 MCs, the 2 Paper Tiger and Laser Beat. There's 7 of us put out records through Doomtree, and then we put out Doomtree the artist as well. So like that's pretty much it. We just take care of 8 artists, and that's as much as we do. That's as much as the business needs to do. So we don't need to run a label because running a label is not a really good business model in 2015. So we want to be something more fluid and more adaptable than the structure of having a record label with the CEO, this and that, this and that.
Definitely. Anything interesting happen on your tour?
Everything interesting happened on our tour. It's a tour, man. There's drunk people, there's parties, there's maniacs, there's moms, there's little kids. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a tour. I don't know if you got a good story you want to pick from.
No, I was like amazed. Like the first night of tour, there was a mosh pit front and center, which doesn't really happen at rap shows very often. People are usually like kind of like just chilling, lifting their hands up. Doomtree show is like a really live energy thing. The kids have been pretty cool by and large. There's been a couple fist fights and we've had to break up, but we don't really tolerate that. Like there's no fist fighting allowed at a Doomtree show. If you come to a Doomtree show, move away from the person that's annoying you.
Yeah,
It's all so simple.
you come here to cut loose and not worry about what your shit is. You don't come here to like start beefs with people in the crowd. Which, I mean, it very rarely happens, but if it does happen, we will make a point to stop and make you feel foolish.
We do. We start the show and start like, you know, tell people.
We'll tease a baby.
Now this tattoo, we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Two-taker.
Isaiah Two-Taker, Tucson, Arizona. We just had a day off yesterday. We stopped there because actually me and Mike really wanted to go to Tucson to get tattooed by him. And when we heard it was a potential day off, we pushed for it pretty hard. He's a very, very good artist.
Yeah, Makina Muerte, Castizo, all those guys,
Some
Raypole.
great rappers here.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to get some work from him.
To take a plug.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. The new album's called.
It's called All Hands. Doomtree is the crew. The album's called All Hands.
It's out now. This is Eddie from Ghettoblaster, P.O.S, Sims, Cecil Otter.
Doomtree.net for more information. At Doomtree on Twitter, Facebook /Doomtree, Doomtree.
Instagram.
Doomtree, we're everywhere. Peace. Thanks.